Hey, cutie pies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Bold and the Beautiful edition. Scale to one to 10. I'm gonna give this one a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9 because finally storylines are moving along. Okay, so let's just go with this couple first. Okay, so Zende and Paris are over there talking. He says, "Stop playing, girl. You know you don't want." Oh, I'm sorry. Today is May the 6th, 2022. It's Friday, but Zende tells Paris, "Stop playing, girl. You know you don't want Carter." It's not Carter, and she says, "Zende, this is not a joke. Like, I'm interested in Carter, and I would like to pursue a relationship." Now, I will admit, she right. She didn't throw Carter under the bus or anything. She didn't tell Zende that they already been doing some things or whatever. She didn't do any of that, and so he was like, "Carter? How could it be Carter? Like, how long has this been going on?" And she said, "No, I mean," she says, I'm interested in him and everything." And he was like, "I thought we were supposed to be working on us. Like, you went behind my back with Carter." And she said, "I just really want your okay with it and everything." And so he was like, "Have you been seeing him the entire time?" And she's like, "No, it's not like that. It's like that." But anyway, Zende is a good guy, so he just tells her, "Listen, I just want you to be happy. I don't care if it's with me, with Carter, or who." He said, "I wish it were with me. Like, I wish you could be happy with me. But if you can't, that's okay because I love you and I just want you to be happy." Zende is a good guy, y'all. And he loves Paris and he loves her enough. He's like, "I'm gonna let you go." Now, don't be one of these fools on these soaps that love them enough to be like, "You can go off and be with whoever you want to be with, but then after that don't work out, you can come back to me." Nah, Zende, don't you let Paris come back. She made her choice. But anyways, he just tells her, "I love you, and I just want you happy, and even if it's not with me, I still want you happy." Now Carter is over here with Quinn, right? And he's still saying, they're still talking or whatever. And Lisa, you're right. Because on this episode, okay, we'll go to it later. But he's talking to Quinn and he's like, she was a rebound and all that. And Quinn said, "Plus, that's your ex-fiance's sister." And he said, "That's one of the cons that outweighs the pros." And Quinn said, "There's pros?" He said, "I know you don't like her or whatever." She said, "Paris is cute. If you like that kind of personality or whatever." I said, "Quinn, don't do that." But I feel her. But anyways, she just told him, she was like, "Listen, you have got to expand your dating pool. Like, start dating people that's not in this company. It's not related to men that's in this company." And he said, "What?" And avoid all the drama and all that. So they having a good kiki. Now, nothing was going on. She just had her hands on, I think, his shoulders. You know how, I don't think, I think they're attracted to each other. And if Eric wasn't in the way, they would probably be with each other. But they're cool just being friends. And so then Paris come in and she's like, "Oh, am I interrupting something?" And he said, "No, we're just having." He's like, "I'm just enjoying a much needed laugh and smiling and everything." She was like, "Oh," and Quinn said, "Well, let me go and put on my mean scowl and everything because I have a reputation." So she ended up leaving. Go on, Quinn, stop. And so she ended up leaving. But Lisa, you are right because when Paris told Carter, "We are just friends." When Paris told Carter she had told Zende, he was like, "What?" And then, but when he was saying like the cons and stuff to Quinn, I was like, he was trying to kind of get with Paris. Like, they were acting like there was nothing standing in their way. And Paris reiterated that with him. She said, "Yeah, I went ahead and told Zende, and he's okay with it." She said, "I didn't throw you under the bus. I told him I was just interested with you. I didn't tell him everything that was going on." And Carter said, "Well, why would you tell him? Like, what are you doing?" And she said, "We could be together now. Like, we don't have to hide it. We can see each other out in the open." And he said, "Paris, we are just friends." And she said, "No, we don't have to lie anymore. I'm paraphrasing. "We don't have to lie anymore because you told me it was because of my mom. Then you told me it was because of Zende." She said, I'm letting my mama know I want to be with you. Zende now knows I'm interested with you. So what's the hold up now?" And she said, "Could it be Quinn? Is that what's stopping you from being with me?" Because Carter was like, girl, what are you doing? You were not supposed to tell Zenday this. And he told her we were just friends. And she was like, we were more. And he was like, that's over with. And I said, I'm so confused. I mean, I'm not confused because I know how they may led it to believe that. Because I remember Carter was sitting at that kitchen table and he was thinking about Paris. So, anyways, I don't know, child. But he's made it very clear now, girl, I don't want you. And she said, when I want something, I'm going after it. And I'm like, ma'am, you gonna just make him be with you? I don't know, girl. This, mm-mm. But that was the other day with her saying she wants to be with him and him telling her, no, we're just friends. Like, I don't like you like that. I don't want you like that. We'll see what go. But he really does need date outside of this household, sir. Date outside. But of the women that date men inside that whole family and the business. So that was that. Okay, now Sheila has went over there and Steffi won't let her leave. And Steffi says, no, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere, Sheila. And so I'm like, oh, is she remembering? And she said, and Sheila was like, Steffi, I'm sorry. Never should have just popped up and came or whatever. And Steffi was like, you're right. So we found out Steffi just want to tell Sheila off about, don't you come over to my house no more without, just pop it up. I don't want you coming over here like this. And that's all that was. And it was like, oh, okay then. And Sheila said, oh, Sheila just came. She just has to let it go. She says, Steffi, forget about me. Don't think about me. Don't even think about me. Like, Sugar, that doesn't make sense. Why would you say it? Just get out the house. And so Taylor feeling bad. She was like, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have let her in. And she was like, no, it's okay. She said, but Sheila will never see Hayes or whatever because Sheila did try to plead her case again about wanting to see Hayes because of Finn. And Steffi's just like, no, you will not. And so, but it has Steffi like really thinking. And it had her really thinking about, you know, all of the things that happened at the alley. It was bringing back memories. So then Ridge comes in and he was like, what's going on? Because he looks at their face and he could see they're upset. And Taylor says Sheila came by and he said, what does she want? And he said she needs to know she can't just come by. And Steffi was like, and Taylor was like, she knows. And so he pulls Taylor to the side and he said, listen, you got to stop this. And she says, I know. And he said, no, you got to stop this with Sheila. She can't just say, she said, wait. Steffi, are you okay? And he said, she upset. She saw Sheila. He said, Taylor was like, no, Ridge, it's more to that than this. I was like, why are you always handling Taylor rough? But she said, no, Ridge, it's more to that than this. So then Steffi, she was all like, I remember something. And he was like, what is it? What you remember? And she was like, I can see something. Pause on that. So then we go over here to Sheila and Deacon. So Sheila went to the restaurant again, and she's all Deacon said, so how I go over at Steffy's, and she said, she said, leave me alone. You know how when you somebody give you advice, you ain't follow, and they know it went bad. She said, leave me alone. Didn't nobody ask you nothing. But Deacon said, I told you not to go over there, and she was like, I know. Um, she said it was a mistake, and she said, what did she say? Hold on. She said it was she shouldn't have went over there because yeah, it was a mistake for her to end up going over there and seeing Steffi, and then she said it was risky for her to go, and he said, risky? What you mean risky? She said, just because, with hey, I knew it wasn't gonna be the outcome that I wanted, but he said, I told you that, but you went in over there anyways. And she said, I just want a relationship with Hayes. My son died. I'll never see him again, and Steffi won't let me have it. It's all her fault. And so Dick is like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, you don't seriously blame Steffi. It's not her fault that Finn is dead or whatever. And she said, no, don't pay attention to what I say. I'm grieving. I'm grieving. I said, okay, Sheila, you pull yourself together. She said, I'm grieving. I'm grieving. Don't pay attention to anything I have to say. And he was like, all right, I'm just saying, like, it's not her fault. And she said, I got to get out of town because Sheila, I feel like knows that Steffi is about to catch on. She was like, I got to get out of town. I got to get out of here or whatever. And I said, okay, yeah, you better leave. So then we go back to Steffi and she's like, she's starting to remember. She has a flashback, and she said, I went to the restaurant, and they were like, what? Okay, okay, come on with it, come on with it. What happened? It's Taylor Ridge. And she said, I went there to see someone, and they were like, why? And she said, I was upset. And they were like, why were you upset? She said, they did something. They did something, and I was upset about it, and I was confronting them. She said, and then I followed them into the alley, and they were like, what happened? And she said, I see Finn or whatever. And they was like, okay, just breathe. Taylor's like, just breathe and talk and relax. And she says, so Steffi is sitting in her mind, and she sees Sheila, and she's like, oh my God, oh my God. And they say, what is it, Steffi? What is it? And Ridge says, do you see who did this to you? And she's like, oh my God. And she cried and all that kind of stuff. I said, Sheila, see, that's what you get taking your butt over there to see Steffi, because you couldn't just let stuff go. Because Steffi wasn't remembering nothing, but you couldn't just let it go. You had to run yourself over there to see her. And so now Steffi remembers, but she didn't say anything about who it was, but we're going to get it. I said, y'all finna do it on these May sweeps, okay? Bring it all together. But that was the bold and the beautiful today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for my subscribers. It's really the bold and the beautiful. Thank y'all so much, because I see you can see who subscribed to what video, like how many people subscribed just because of that video. So thank you guys so much for the bold and the beautiful people who are watching. And I will see you next Monday for a new week of Bold and the Beautiful. What happened on the soaps? Bold and the Beautiful edition. Have a blessed weekend. Stay safe and enjoy. Bye. Oh, happy Mother's Day to the ladies.